Hey guys, it's Nicola. So let's get started with your weekend collective reading. Okay, this will be for December the 28th through the 30th. This take two. I messed up on the first one. So let's see what messages we have. This is for the collective. This is for the weekend of December the 28th through December the 30th, 2019. What messages, what guidance do we have for the collective for the weekend of December the 28th, December the 29th, December the 30th of 2019. This is for the collective. What messages for guidance do we have for the collective? December the 28th through the 30th. Let's see what guidance we have, guys. What guidance we have for the collective. All right, we got two. The first one we have is Goddess of the Sacred Path. It says, let go of logic and trust your intuition. Did I see that? All right, so the next card we have is Goddess of Nature. It says you reap what you sow, and your dream is coming into fruition. So for a lot of you guys, you just need to let go and allow your manifestation or your dreams to come into fruition. Let's see what messages we have. Or fruition. How do you say it? Y'all know I can't talk like talking about. What messages do we have? This is for the collective. This is for December the 28th through December the 30th, 2019. This is for the collective. What messages, what guidance do we have for December the 28th, December the 29th, and December the 30th, 2019? What messages, what guidance do we have for the collective? December the 28th, December the 28th, December the 29th, and December the 30th. Messages, guidance for the collective. Okay. We have a Four of Wands under there. So the underlying energy being Four of Wands, some of you guys need to use your intuition either about some plans, some engagements, a household situation, a foundation. You're needing to use your intuition. Some of you guys could be moving toward a foundation that would be that will bring achievements into your life, but you're needing to trust your own intuition. Now, some of you guys need to move forward with some plans because the Four of Wands does represent plans. So a lot of you guys can be moving or needing to make some plans to move forward and trusting your intuition as you do that. Let's see what guidance we have. We have awareness. So this is a magician. This represents you becoming aware of your own power, becoming aware of the power you have to really speak what it is that you desire into existence, or either to speak what you don't desire away from your existence. You have the power to bring whatever energy you desire in this life. For a lot of you guys, you need to be aware of your own power. You need to be aware of your own thoughts, your own intentions, and you may need to take action, but I read what I see. So this card does represent you being the magician as a number one, you becoming more aware of your own. I feel like this is enlightenment because usually when we see yellow rings, that represents enlightenment. So some of you guys need to be aware, I feel like, of your own spirituality. We have shadow here. So some of you guys could be in the dark night of the soul, going through an ascension, really needed to face the shadow side of yourself. This is the moon card. The shadow side of yourself represents releasing fears, facing those inner demons, that inner turmoil, facing the dark side of you. And just because everyone has a dark side, everyone has a polarity to them. Just because you have that does not make you bad, but it does mean that you need to be aware of what it is, and you need to be, like I said, aware of what it is, and you need to be aware of the power that you have to use some of those dark sides of yourself in order to bring light or to bring positivity in your life. Some of you guys may be needing to become more aware of your own power. You could also be in a space of being, with the moon card, procrastinating, being at a stalemate out of fear. Could be lost within your feelings because the moon card does represent feelings. You may need to be more aware of what you feel within yourself. We have disruption here. So listen, the first three cards are major arcana. So who we have? Earth signs yesterday. I'm looking at my notes from yesterday. Earth signs had major changes. So this could definitely be for earth, elements, or someone that has those elements in their chart. But this is a collective reading, so it can be for everyone. But the tower does represent a disruption. It represents a life-changing event, whether it be good or bad. That sets in motion changes. So for a lot of you guys, you're needed to break free from something that may be causing you to feel kind of diseased or at disrupted within yourself. You have the power to break free of that. You see how he's kind of holding himself inside of those blocks while things are breaking around him? Look at that light around him. That is enlightenment. So for a lot of you guys, you're needing to break free so that you can ascend and move to the next level or the next spiritual ascension in your life. I tell y'all all the time, life is like a video game. You know, once you complete a level, you don't stay in that level. Like, you're not just going to keep fighting the same old mushrooms, or what you call them things, the little things on Super Mario Brothers. Like, once you destroyed all them, you got to move to the next level. Some of y'all stuck because y'all afraid to move up. Y'all afraid to ascend. Y'all afraid to go forward. But going forward gives you abundance. Going forward, then, gives you achievements, okay? Gives you a solid and happy, y'all see that dang on rainbow? A solid and happy foundation. I'm trying to tell you. All right, so look at here. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, you could have an opportunity for something new to begin, something that will bring emotional fulfillment. You see them pouring the water into, there are two people, this is two people, two hands coming and pouring into a wave or a pool of emotions. So I feel like you have an opportunity to join in with someone and kind of pour yourself into this new life. But for a lot of you guys, you're needing to face your fears, become more aware that you have the ability to break free from whatever is disturbing you or whatever is causing disruption in your life, even if it's your own mentality. So look at here. As soon as I say mentality, we got the Eight of Swords here. It's feel like I just know what's coming, which, yeah, I get it. So with the Eight of Swords here, some of you guys are just trapped by your fear. Like I said, your own mentality. And what the Moon card does represent fear-based procrastination. Some of you guys are procrastinating, moving toward, look, a beautiful new life. Look at that Ace of Cups and that Four of Wands. Some of you guys have an opportunity to have happy life, happy wife, you know, dogs, cats, horses, whatever the fuck you want, sitting on 15,000 acres, whatever you want. This is what you have the ability to move toward. If you become more aware of your power, if you become aware that you can change your circumstances by really releasing, going through this revelation, releasing what does not serve you and allowing yourself to be free. For a lot of you guys, I feel like you just made plans and you're really trapped by those plans because you fear moving forward. But in actuality, you have the ability to remove yourself from this self-imposed prison. Just get up and move. Just go. Don't keep yourself stuck out of fear. That's like the worst thing you do. You never make decisions based out of fear. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, two aces in the reading, Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Cups. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, especially with this being two feminine type of offers, or not offers, but two feminine opportunities here, I feel like you need to be in the space of accepting a new life. This is, yes, with the Magician, it talks about taking action. But I feel like the action that you need to take is facing your fears and releasing whatever is keeping you disrupted. And that, for a lot of you guys, is your own fear, your own mentality here with the Moon card and the Eight of Swords. So I feel like with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, you have an opportunity to move toward a new life. Both of these represent a new life. This represents a new love life, love beginning, whether it be romantic love, whether it be platonic love, whether it just be moving into a new space in your life that brings emotional fulfillment for you. It does not have to do anything with relationships. I feel like you have a new opportunity for prosperity to begin. And this is basically what the Four of Wands is. This is like happy life, happy wife. I got my shit together. So for a lot of you guys, you have an opportunity for that, but you need to set the seeds. You need to allow them to blossom. You need to be in a space of being able to receive these new beginnings. But you can't receive these new beginnings if you're acting out of fear, if you're keeping yourself in suspension or keeping yourself stuck out of fear. We have the throat chakra. Some of you guys need to speak your truth. The throat chakra is basically about speaking truth, saying things that you've been holding in. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're having a hard time speaking into existence what you want. For a lot of you guys, you could be in a space of kind of being quiet, not talking. Usually when this is imbalanced, you have a hard time communicating, or things just can't come out the way that they should. But you have opportunities here if you speak truth. All right. And when we're talking about communication, that's ruled by Mercury, which is also who the Magician is ruled by. The Magician is ruled by Mercury, which is Virgo and Gemini. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, you can manifest getting out of this dark space and releasing these fears if you just speak into existence what it is that you want. But you're allowing yourself, Eight of Swords, to be restricted by your own thoughts, by your own insecurities, even by just mental conflicts that you have about moving toward a new foundation or about allowing something to grow. Okay? So we have truth here. This is the judgment card. So I feel like a decision needs to be made. Some of you guys need to be in alignment with the truth. You see how he's standing on the scales? His truth outweighs everything else. This man is truth. Whoever this is, he's truth. He's outweighing that other scale right there. His truths are outweighing anything in his life. So you need to be in the space of allowing your truths to outweigh any other disruption, fears, anything that you have. Reevaluate where you are. Reevaluate what the truth is for you. Weigh the pros and cons and make a judgment. Make a decision based off your own internal truths. And some of you guys need to be aware that you're trapped by your own thoughts or you're causing mental interference. And that is the truth. Look at here. You see how they correspond? You need to be, you need to be aware that you are the one that is keeping you restricted and no one else. So for a lot of you guys, because you're unable to speak your truth or unable to tell it like it is, basically, in whatever situation, you're keeping yourself restricted and interfered. We have the light here. This is about being clear. This is about being honest. Again, truth, clarity. So some of you guys already know the truth. It's not that you don't know the truth. It's that you're afraid to move into the light. You're afraid to live in that truth. And we had, y'all, let me tell you what's crazy. We got part of the earth signs reading in here with the major change. And we have the fire signs reading from yesterday, which talks about coming out of the dark, stepping into your light. Some of you guys just need to step into your light. You need to be honest about what it is that you want to move forward to. Listen, we're going into 2020. I told y'all in the live, 2020 is about 2020 vision. You know what the hell you need to do. Even the truth here is about a 20. It's about being clear, being on the right path. For a lot of you guys, you know what you need to do. You need to make plans to get there, speak your truth, and remove the interference. You have the power to release it. You just got to let go. Face the fear. Fear is an energy. Don't allow your fear to keep you restricted or allow your fear to keep you stuck back in 2019. Don't do it. Don't do it, y'all. All right, so the outcome. Look at here. 3 aces in the read. Ace of Wands here. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, there could be an olive branch that has been extended. This is a masculine opportunity. So for a lot of you guys, I feel like because you're taking action to release these fears and release this feeling of being restricted, speaking your truth here, walking into your light, you have a brand new life. You've ignited some passions within yourself, and I feel like you've been granted the olive branch by God. He's giving you this brand new life. The only thing that's missing is the Ace of Swords, and all that is mental clarity. If you have awareness, you have mental clarity. All right. Intuition here. Some of you guys know. I think I showed that to you. You guys already know what's under that. Universe. So some of you guys know that the cycle of conflict is over in your life. You need to trust what you know. All right, so let's clarify. I like to pull those down so I can see my cards fully, guys. I have an OCD. All right. So usually I'll have them separated, but we have the Magician here. So let's see why we have the Magician as the first card out. With the Magician being the first card out, this is about you taking action. This is about you being aware of what needs to happen in your life and really taking action to do that. Awareness here. Why is the Magician here? Why is awareness here? Okay. We have the Seven of Pentacles with the Hermit here. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're at a temporary pause in action while you think some things through with the Hermit and the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles can also represent unfulfilled success, with the Hermit representing needing to go within yourself. It also can represent really mastering oneself. It can represent really connecting with your higher self, finding the guidance to get on the right path through you. So this is all about you. This is about how you feel. This is about what's inside of you. Some of you guys are already being given the guidance that you need, but you're at this temporary pause in action, and I feel like you're aware that you're at this temporary pause in action and that you need to move forward. But the problem that a lot of you guys look at that Knight of Wands. So if some of you guys really, I'm sorry y'all, some of you guys really do need to be in a space of attempting to move forward. Now, the reason why some of you guys are not moving forward, strength here. You need to find your strength. You need to find your power, okay? It's been with you the whole time. You just have to be confident enough to really strive for moving away from whatever this is. For some of you guys, I'm going to be real with you, it's not anything like structurally that you're in. It's your own thoughts. It's your own, you're getting in your own way. You created a prison for yourself, but you have the power to release that. So you need to be aware that I can release that by facing my fears. Why is the shadow here? Why is the shadow here? All right. So we have the High Priestess, the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Empress. Look at here. So for a lot of you guys, you know that moving forward into this new life is going to bring abundance. You know, but you have fear. You have fear because it requires letting go of what you already have. And for a lot of you guys, and for me included, sometimes letting go of what we have is it's harder to let go of what we already know we have and move towards something that is unknown for us. It's like going to a new city. You know it. Like when you live in your hometown, you know your hometown front and back. You know all the streets, all the back ways. You know how to get to where you need to get quick, fast, in a hurry. But when you move to a new area, you have all these new things, all these new peoples, and you kind of get intimidated because it's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know where I'm going. That it feels like where you are now. You're becoming more aware that you're in the dark, but you have the power to release that darkness by, like I said, moving into your truth, into your clarity. When you ascend, a lot of times we feel lost when we first ascend because we're in this new spiritual ascension. We're in this new place spiritually. We don't know what the fuck's going on. So a lot of us are getting in the space of, well, I'm lost. That's the first thing we say. I've said it. But you're not lost. You just have new surroundings. So you just have to become more familiar with where you are now in your life. For a lot of you guys, there's a cycle that has just closed in your life. And you're in this new ascension. You need to become more familiar of where you are and what you're doing while you're getting to where you're supposed to be. Some of you guys are having fear. You're needing to face that fear so that you can move into this new abundance. This is abundance. Point blank period. With the tower here, some of y'all got to release that fear. Again, tower with the shadow, with the moon. You got to release your fears. Some of you guys, and some of you guys could be holding back your emotions, especially with the third chakra, the throat chakra and the moon card here. You need to speak what you feel within yourself. Some of you guys, that's the thing that pushes something forward or moves something forward by speaking your truth. Why is disruption here? Why is this tower here? So we have the death. What I tell you? What did I tell you? So if you speak your truth, it causes a total transformation. And after the transformation, Ace of Cups, love begins. So I feel like with the King of Cups here, someone needs to put an end here to really hold it. Yeah, someone's holding back what they feel. With death here, with the King of Cups. Now, you could be dealing with a Scorpio that could be in the space of taking action fairly quickly here and bringing, and I'm only saying that because King of Cups and death is Scorpio. Even though there are no signs, that is Scorpio. But King of Cups usually is Cancerian energy. But for a lot of you guys, you're just needing to really allow the transformation in your life by extending yourself forward with the King of Cups and the Knight of Swords. But Eight of Swords, again, you're allowing yourself to be mentally restricted by your own thoughts. You're creating a prison for yourself. Nobody's locking you up. Nobody's keeping you stuck. You're creating this prison on your own. So that means you have the power to free yourself on your own. All of the power is within you. You. All right, so let's see what this Ace of Cups is here for. Why is this Ace of Cups here? We have the Three of Cups. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, love will begin, and it may come from a friendship. For a lot of you guys, you could be in a space of there's a celebration here, but well, the Three of Cups could be a celebration for this new opportunity. For some of you guys, this could be a new opportunity, possibly with a third party. But with the Two of Swords, you could be blocking a third party here, allowing love to begin. You could someone that you could have been back and forth with. I feel like this is a decision. Some of you guys could have been back and forth about this either reunion here, because Judgment and Three of Cups is a reunion. But for a lot of you guys, Tower and the Ace of Cups with that Three of Cups, you could have been holding on to someone or a third party that was creating a blockage to balance in your life. And I feel like you're restoring your peace by moving toward Ace of Cups, which is a new cup, and really choosing to bring balance to your life. I feel like for a lot of you guys, with the Three of Cups, it could be a third party. And yeah, it definitely could be. Some of you guys could be walking away from a third party. Eight of Cups here. You could definitely be walking away from a third party because you want love to blossom in your life. I like it. I like it. So let's see here. We're going to go to the second row. So some of you guys could, with the Four of Wands, you could be walking away from a household situation. Maybe, and I know this sounds crazy, but maybe some of you guys have been dealing with someone, like living with someone that has been a third party to the person that you, I guess, really love or really want to be with, really plan to be with. I feel like for some of you guys, that has kept you interfered and restricted. So you could be making a decision to remove yourself from that. That's one thing that I've seen in there. So we have some of you guys just want to be free. You might not necessarily be moving toward anyone. You might just be moving away from someone that is interfering with your happiness. And that person could be a third party to you being truly happy. So we have the Eight of Swords here, which is someone trapped in fear. That's exactly what it says. See? Trapped in fear. So why is this Eight of Swords here? 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 We have Page of Pentacles here. So for a lot of you guys, you're trapped in fear because you don't see value in yourself. You don't see value in investing in self. With the Hangman here, I told you earlier you were in suspension. Five of Cups, because you're dealing with regret. Some of you guys need to move forward. You're dealing with regret. You're dealing with crying over spilled milk. You need to move forward. You need to allow yourself to really blossom and move away from this being in suspension. You need to, I feel like you're in suspension, for one, trapped by your fears because you don't see your own worth. Some of you guys need to see your worth. You need to see how valuable you are. With the Hangman here, change your perspective because whatever you're feeling is trapping you, it's yourself. Nothing is keeping you stuck. I don't care how many responsibilities you have to a situation. I don't care how much money you have invested into a situation. I don't give a damn what's going on. Listen, I got 4 kids. You feel what I'm trying to tell you? I've been divorced twice. I divorced twice. Me. I don't give a damn what I have invested into a connection. If I am unhappy and if I am in a space of feeling as though I cannot fix the happiness with the person that I am in, I have no choice but to move forward and choose happiness for myself. Now, I'm not saying that I give up on relationships. That's not what I'm saying. I legit have held on for a long time to relationships that had me feeling like this, had me feeling trapped in fear. But once you deal with it so long and you see there's not a change, you see there's nothing that you can do as a person, you can't control anyone. So for you personally, if there's nothing that you can do and you've reached out and you've tried everything that you can try and you feel like you're just trapped and unhappy, you have to make the decision to be happy. I don't care if you're married, because it's a fucking piece of paper, okay? The marriage, the physical existence of a marriage is the physical manifestation of the love that you share with another. Once that love disappears, there is no more marriage. There's just a piece of paper that is binding you to a person. For some of you guys, this is about control. Some of you guys feel like if you leave a foundation or leave a relationship or leave something that you have some responsibilities to, that you failed. But you're only failing if you stay, if you choose to stay in a toxic cycle. Some of you guys, the toxicity, and I'm going to be real with you, is yourself. You're keeping yourself stuck because you're fearful. It's not so much about the relationship. It's not so much about the job. It's not so much about the friendship. Whatever it is that you feel trapped by, it's not that. It's your own fear that is keeping you trapped because you are dealing with some internal regrets of maybe feeling as though you're losing or you're a failure, but you're not. You have an opportunity to move toward what it is that you desire. You have to speak your truth. You have to speak that into existence. All right, so, and the Eight of Wands, let's talk about communication as well. So why is this Ace of Pentacles here? Temperance. Divine timing is at play here. Some of y'all, I'm going to be real with you, y'all running out of time. When you start getting temperance with the opportunity, that means that the opportunity is on a time limit. You have to move if you want this new life. You have to move if you want prosperity to begin. You have to move if you're ready to invest into your own abundance. You have to make the decision. You have to be balanced within your thoughts and within your heart. Look, Temperance, Ten of Pentacles here with the Three of Wands. Some of you guys have manifested wealth. Ten of Pentacles is wealth, ultimate wealth. Some of you guys have manifested ultimate wealth, a commitment. Whatever it is that you've manifested with the Three of Wands, you're in a space of trying to be patient while you allow this to go to blossom. But Temperance here, you don't have time. You're running out of time. Ace of Swords. You have the clarity that you need. This is how these, for a lot of people that are wondering how this works. When you put a manifestation out, even if you're not actively putting it out, but you're in a space of wanting something better in your life, God is going to give you an opportunity, Ace of Pentacles, here also with the Ace of Cups. God is going to give you an opportunity to have that. You have to move toward that opportunity. And God's not going to wait for you all day. So if you want to take your time and you want to spend your precious time that you have on this earth being unhappy, being stuck, allowing yourself to be trapped by your own fears, allowing yourself to keep you in a position that is not beneficial to you, God is going to be like, okay, well, I gave you the opportunity. I gave you an opportunity to allow something to blossom in your life. You chose not to move. So I have to remove this opportunity, and hell, he might give it to somebody else. But one thing's for sure, once you decide to put things in motion, God is going to make sure that that opportunity blossoms for you. But you cannot sit back and allow time to dissipate. This is, and listen, y'all take it how you want to take it. 2020 is real. Like, it'll be here in a couple days. And the only reason why I'm saying it's real spiritually, there is a lot of things that are happening that are unraveling in 2020. You need to be there. And I mean spiritually, mentally, emotionally, you need to be in the present moment of what's happening in 2020 and not sitting back in fear of you being able to, of you not knowing what you're getting into. You don't have to know what you get into. You just have to have faith that something new is blossoming in your life and it's better than whatever you come from. Temperance here, I'm trying to tell you, y'all got that time, that clock ticking in y'all life. Y'all got to move. All right, so let's see what we have here for the throat chakra. Why is this throat chakra here? Some of you guys maybe need to balance out your throat chakra. We have the Lovers here. This is about a decision. Some of you guys have to make a decision to sever a connection. Hold on a second. All right, my bad. So some of you guys, this is about making a decision here around either a heartbreak, a severance. For a lot of you guys, in order to move toward Ace of Pentacles, you got to let go of something. And that was definitely Emperor. Yeah, you have to set boundaries and set structure to a situation. Speak the truth and let it go. Some of you guys, you're afraid to speak your truth. You're afraid to set boundaries. How in the hell, and excuse my language, but how in the hell are you afraid to set boundaries in your life? So you're just going to allow things to happen to you. You're going to allow your life to be on pause. You have the capability, all of us, male, female, it does not matter. All of us have the capability to be the emperor in our life, to take control in our life, to set structure, to set foundations. You see this? You have the power. This is a 4. You have the power to create stability around whatever foundation you're dealing with in order for you to gain achievements. But if you don't use your power, you lose it. Some of you guys need to heal from whatever you've been going through so that you can move forward and you can make necessary changes in your life. Okay? Necessary. So let's see what the next cards are. Y'all, I'm about to sneeze. Woo! Excuse me. All right. So truth here. Some of you guys, you need to understand what the truth is. With the throat chakra under here, this is about speaking your truth. Some of you guys are afraid to speak your truth because you're afraid, and I'll say this the right way. You're afraid to speak. You may feel like you're afraid to speak your truth because you're afraid of hurting somebody. But in reality, you're afraid of speaking your truth because you're afraid of dealing with the backlash of your truths. Speak your motherfucking truth. It doesn't matter who you hurt. You have to release that truth and you have to walk in your own light. No one in the world can keep you in the dark. You are keeping yourself in the dark by hiding away, by hiding away in your own pity or your own whatever you're doing. Speak your truth, walk in your light, be who the fuck you are. That's how this new life begins for you. And that's my light workers. I tell you all the time, my light workers have to live in their own light. You can't live in the shadow of nobody else. So some of y'all in these jobs, in these relationships, in these connections, friendships, it don't matter. Even in your life, you may not even be dealing with no one. This can just be the way that you're thinking, but you're living in the dark. You're living in someone else's shadow. You're living for someone else. How the fuck you gonna live your life if you're living for someone else? Truth here. Why is truth here? You can't live your life through another person. It's not going to happen. So the truth is, 6 of Pentacles here. The truth is some of you guys need to balance out your life. 6 of Pentacles with the World card here. I feel like Justice here, you said you need to balance out your life, and Justice and 6 of Pentacles pop out. So you need to balance out your life. You need to weigh the pros and cons of where you are. Again, you see how he's on this scale. His truth is outweighing everything else. Justice talks about truth and clarity. Truth and clarity. Some of y'all message, goddammit. Y'all need to walk into your light. You need to put an end to the unfairness that you're giving yourself by staying in unstable situations, by staying in situations that are not beneficial to you, even if you're not actually dealing with anyone. Like when we're talking about instability within inside fear, this can be just something that you deal with within yourself. It may not have anything to do with anyone else. It could just be you having fear of really moving towards something better for you because you're afraid of what might happen. Let me tell you what ain't gonna happen. You're not going, and I'm sorry, I'm country. Y'all heard it. But let me tell you what ain't gonna happen. Let me say it again. You ain't gonna have happiness if you don't choose to get out of the dark. You are not going to be able to walk into your light if you stay in the dark. So while you're afraid of moving toward success, while you're afraid of moving toward abundance, you're choosing to stay in low vibration. You're choosing to stay in poverty. You're choosing to stay in negative, fear-based type of energy or material-based types of energies. For a lot of you guys, you're choosing to stay in this 3D existence when the world, the universe, is aligning with a 5D existence. Some of you guys really need to reassess why you are choosing to stay. So justice here, along with judgment, talks about truth, talks about clarity, talks about weighing the pros and cons, reassessing a situation. Some of y'all need to reassess your life right now. You've already completed the cycle. You have an opportunity to create balance, but you have to do what is right for yourself. And again, Eight of Swords is the underlying energy here. For a lot of you guys, what's right is to remove those mental interferences that you have, remove the anxiety, embrace that you've ended the difficulties in your life, and really move toward happiness. Why is the light here? This is the sun. Why is light here? Why is light here? Eight of Pentacles here. So for a lot of you guys, it's clear that you need to be working on moving forward, working on loving and building yourself. With Judgment here, this is a decision that you need to make. Some of you guys, this is about an investment here that is a burden. Now, I'm going to be real with you. If you're a masculine energy here, there's a Queen of Cups. This is a wife. This is a mother. This is a woman. This is someone that is basically, okay. The Queen of Cups is very emotionally intelligent. With that being said, the clarity here may be that you're needing to make a decision about an investment that you have either with this person, because just as someone is emotionally intelligent, someone could also be emotionally manipulative. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you need to see the truth of the situation. With the Ten of Wands underneath here, some of you guys are dealing with a situation that's a burden. Someone could be emotionally or manipulating you, period, to invest in a situation that may not be in the best vibration for you. With the Nine of Wands also under here, you need to lay down the burdens. Some of y'all dealing with the Cancer, Chariot under here. Or this is just the energy of you needed to find your motivation to move forward and be loving to self. Make the decision to love yourself. Make the decision to see clearly that the investments that you need to have are to your own happiness. That is loving yourself, investing in your happiness. Self-love is not selfish, okay? Self-love does not mean you hurt people. Self-love means that you choose to love yourself first. You can't love anyone unless you love yourself, period. I don't care what nobody say. You cannot love no one in this life unless you love yourself first. That's just the way it is. You cannot share an energy that you do not have already within you. So for a lot of you guys, in order for you to move into this new life, you need to put yourself first. It is a necessity. Ace of Wands here. Why is this Ace of Wands here? As the outcome. And this is an awesome outcome. Awesome outcome. Why is this Ace of Wands here? Why is this Ace of Wands here? Temperance here. Queen of Pentacles here. Four of Wands. So some of you guys need to make a compassionate and nurturing decision for yourself, especially with the Queen of Pentacles and the Lovers with Temperance. It's time. It's time for you to move into this new life. It's time for you to have this new opportunity. It's time for you to take action toward your passions, whatever the hell they are. Whether it be a person, place, or thing, you need to move toward what is going to make you happy. This is basically like God giving you your last chance. So I feel like you need to take it. But the Four of Wands, like legit, this is towards your new foundation. For a lot of you guys, if you don't take this, you're going to be dealing with the same bullshit you dealt with in 2019. And I don't know about y'all, but I'd rather my life excel and I'd rather my life move forward than to be stuck in 2019. So for a lot of you guys, you do need to start making decisions, making compassionate decisions for self. You do need to start nurturing yourself. You need to trust the decisions that you're making, divine timing at play in your life. You're needing to bring emotional and mental balance to your life by making, again, compassionate, nurturing decisions and trusting those decisions. With the Four of Wands here, the decisions you make lead to a new foundation. But 4 wands plus 5 wands, you have to let go of any bothersome details. You have to let go of any opposition. You also have to reject anyone that could be causing conflict in your life. With the 5 of cups here, I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're dealing with some regret either around a partnership with 3 of pentacles here that you're needing to escape. Some of you guys are in a relationship and you need to escape it. More than definitely. You could also have been lying about a relationship, especially with that 3 of cups that I've seen up there. And for a lot of you guys, you could be in a space of needing to speak your truth so that you can move away toward your abundance. Period. You hurt more people when you lie to them than when you speak your truth. Some of you guys are afraid to be honest because you don't want to look like the bad guy. I don't give a fuck if I look like the bad guy or not. I'm going to choose what's best for me. That's how God blesses me, because he put me here to choose. When he put me here, I was by myself. I came into, even if you're a twin, you still come into this life by yourself. You might be in the womb with somebody else, but when you open the eyes and you come out that womb, you are alone. The only people that are not alone are people that are conjoined. And I really feel like they still kind of by themselves. They're just connected to someone. So when you are born into this life, it's just you. That means God put you here by yourself for a motherfucking reason, because you are the one that is responsible for you. You're responsible for your happiness. You're responsible for your wealth. You're responsible for your success. You're responsible for your thoughts. You're responsible for your energy. You're responsible for you. True enough, we have extensions that we have to care for, but that's where you guys are kind of messing up. You have to care and nurture your extensions, which are your children, okay? Anyone that is grown and can make their own decisions, they have to nurture their goddamn self. Two whole people come together and experience life together and choose to go into the right path for themselves together. But you do not take care of anyone. You do not control anyone. Anyone that you have to control, you need to release. You cannot control anyone or anything that is not already connected to you. So let's see what guidance we have. What guidance do we have for the collective moving forward? This is for December the 28th through the 30th. But we're moving forward. What guidance do we have for the collective moving forward? What guidance do we have for the collective moving forward? All right. So we're going to take these. It's a bunch of them. We got willingness. I think this needs to be the first one I read. It says, you are able to compromise if the end result is love. So a lot of you guys, in order to gain what you desire in life, you need to be willing to compromise. Some of you guys are too afraid to let go of what you think you already have. But technically, we don't have anything in this life. We don't have anything but what comes with us, and that's whatever is on our damn body. For a lot of you guys, you're holding on to something that is imaginary. It's an illusion, okay? Even relationships, they're nothing. A relationship with another person is not solid. You cannot grab the relationship, go put it in a shop and fix it. It's an energy. So for a lot of you guys, you're holding on to energies, and that is blocking new abundant energy from coming in. You have to be willing to make changes. You have to be willing to make sacrifices. God is not going to give you blessings where there's no room to receive them. So for a lot of you guys, in order to receive these blessings God got coming from you, you need to let go. You need to release. You need to let yourself be free, gain control of your life. Like I always say, you may have one situation that is heavy, that is toxic in your life, but that one situation can take up a lot of room. You can remove that one situation and God will grant you abundance beyond measure, because abundance, to be honest with you, doesn't take any room because it's free flowing. Toxic situations, relationships, anything that you hold on to take room. Abundance does not. It is a free flowing energy. Some of you guys need to learn how to be free. So with patience here, it says you are able to let the universal energy of transformation move according to its own loving rhythm. Some of you guys need to let go. You need to allow the universe to move however it's moving. Divine timing is at play here. With present here, it says you live in the moment and are able to bring forth the energy of love in your current situations, or your current circumstances. My apologies. So for a lot of you guys, you need to be in the present moment. Let go. I told y'all responsibility. Says you are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. Some of you guys need to take responsibility for yourself. For a lot of you guys, this could also be speaking the truth about a past living. You need to live in the present moment. Yes, speak the truth about the past, but it's about releasing that past so that you can move forward in a brighter and more abundant type of energy. With past, it says through the power of love, you are releasing any stagnant situations or energy in order to transform your heart space. So, I mean, that's pretty damn self-explanatory. Like I said, You need to release all that toxic, stagnant energy so that the abundance can come flowing through your life. A lot of you guys are going to be stuck in this if you don't make these decisions. All right. So this is all I have. Until next time, guys.